versus Argentina.
Ooh, that's going to be a firing one. Of course, the US, the defending champions, will be facing Argentina. It's a little bit of a David versus Goliath. We do have to be honest. Argentina were the only low-seeded team to reach this stage, and they are going up against the champions.
The champions, although a lot of people have been saying that there's been a little bit of weakness here and there in the United States roster this year because of different players coming in and out. However, as the Z-Trot would like to say, only time will tell.
Indeed. I mean, I wonder how many people would have pinned US to win last year. But, of course, they did, didn't they? US did have a shaky group stage, though, it has to be said. They nearly went out. Unseeded Denmark almost beat them. It took a tiebreaker to defeat them. Same with Norway. It took a tiebreaker to defeat them. It was a very close run thing for the US, but they are here.
They are here indeed, and that's pretty much all that matters. And like, you advance or you don't. And I guess results do matter in determining like how strong of a showing that you may put up in following rounds. However, they're here to fight today.
Of course, though, really the story of this tournament so far is, of course, Argentina, who have made it through to this stage. The only low-seed team to do so. They are here to represent their country. One of the mainstays of the tournament. They've been here many years in the past. They are no stranger to the round of 16. They usually reach this stage, but they're usually a higher seed than this. But even that lower seeding couldn't keep them down. They still got here. They still managed to get through over their high seed of Mexico and Spain. And they are here to put up a good show. But they're going to need a really good performance to beat the US, though.
And it looks like I will be taking my leave. And subbing back in as a commentator is the one, the only, Z-Trot.
Z-Trot, what's up, man?
Had my microphone muted, but hey, what's up?
Hey!
That first opening was completely wasted on silence.
We gave it a shot.
The only, Z-Trot.
Hey!
There you go. Now that's done.
That's all right, though. We've got about 10 minutes before our match for the United States versus Argentina. But Dooms, I do have to agree with you there. The U.S. has had a very rocky way to the round of 16, and hopefully we'll see a little bit of a change there. But Argentina is definitely going to give them a run, and as we've seen so far with the groups, the U.S. has been pushed to the brink each time, and they've managed to pull the victories, which is what matters. But will they be able to continue that luck streak, or is their luck going to run out? Will we actually see the champions lose a match before we even get into the semifinals?
Just before we get into that, just going to give a hand to Daiki. Thanks for commentating with us, man. It's been good.
Oh,
Thanks
very
for
much
having
so.
me. I enjoy doing this, and I hope to be here in the future. I'll
Doing
be taking
good,
my leave,
Daiki.
though.
Have a good one, man.
See y'all.
See you, dude.
All right, Doomsy. So we have quite the match in front of us here. This is our last match of today, so we'll be going through this, and then after this, we'll be looking at the next map pool for the OWC.
Yep, got that lined up for you after this one, but this match is going to be a real barnstormer, I think. It's going to be
Very
a
much
real
so.
fiery affair.
I do see that we have Toy with us, Fiery Rage, Ritze, and I'm gonna just imagine that's supposed to be like Mini Woo.
Yeah, you're close. It's Mini Min Woo.
Mini Woo. Okay. Wow, I was actually close for once.
Yeah, almost there. Just one off. It is a really tricky one. It's bloody word salad.
Very much so. Glasbomb for Argentina and Axeris as well. They're two of Argentina's strong players right off the bat. We're still waiting for the other two, but I am very interested to see how Argentina is going to do up against our previous champions, the United States.
They definitely have some power players in their team. Many of them have been here for years, played in many of these World Cups. I recall seeing players such as Payne and Ben Jacala both doing the business in the group stage.
Oh, for sure. Argentina's always been really consistent to show up, for sure. They've had problems getting out of the group stage sometimes, but here lately, it just seems like everyone, not just the main teams that we see every year, but all around, the overall progression and skill on standard mode has just increased so much that we're starting to see teams that are breaking the meta, just crushing it, shattering everything that we thought we knew to be possible and bringing it to a whole nother level, making upsets be like some of the most spectacular things to see.
Yeah, I'm telling you, some of these low seed teams, even though their highest ranked players may be on the lower side, the thing is, because of the prevalence of a lot of community tournaments and competition outside of the performance ranking, a lot of these players may not have the highest rank, but they are incredibly experienced when it comes to this kind of competition, and it just shows. Sure.
And I think it's really cool that we have so many open tournaments that people can take part of. And even if you're not an OWC master and you're still taking part in this tournament, a lot of people have started to build up quite impressive reps for themselves, not only as teams, but individual players as well.
Oh, God, yeah. Thinking of players like on the Finnish team, there was a couple of players on there, Hippiri.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it's stuff like the NAT, the Dual Cup, things like that have been sparking up all over the place. And even how tournaments are being run from the community is even improving. Like, we've seen so much growth and improvement in the tournament scene in the last year or so. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's something I've really enjoyed. For the longest time, because I've been here quite a few years, and for the longest time, I've always wanted more competition outside of the World Cups, because, it's all good playing in the World Cups, but you got to wait 9 months or 10 months to play again. So having these tournaments all the way through the year, it's really awesome. It's something I really enjoy myself.
It's crazy. We're definitely commentating team old, me and you, Dooms.
Oh, yeah.
Both of our times here have been absolutely ridiculous. And one thing I'd like to point out that I feel you could appreciate as well is we're actually seeing a little bit of love for older maps in this map pool too. And I do apologize, that seems to be a dog. I will be right back.
Special guest. It's right though. There's been loads of older maps in these pools. I mean, of course, we're not seeing the oldest of the old that are completely outdated, but we are seeing love for that older style because it is legitimately something that tests players, because it's a different style. So, you got your jumpy maps, your more stream-focused maps, and older style maps are a category in and of themselves, Maybe I'm just biased, but I do like a good old map myself. They're good. I don't want to wax too lyrical about being old, but it's okay. Looks like we are starting to see the players in the room right now. We'll bring the game to you in just a few moments. It looks like they are beginning to form. We're seeing Toy, Fiery Rage, Ritze, and IHD Key, which I believe is one of the Argentinian players. They're still moving things around. We are seeing players moving in now. We are seeing Toy, the captain for the US, in there. And seeing Payne, Enhu, Glasbomb, and Benjacala ready and waiting right now to wait for their cue to get going in this match. I'm expecting some really, really nice warm-ups here. Some good old fun warm-ups. I know Argentina likes to pick a few.
Yeah, sorry
cheeky
about
ones
that,
in the group stage.
Dooms.
That's all right, man. Welcome back.
Yep. All right, so it looks like we're going to be listening to Go Berserk for the first warm-up.
I think they're listening to us about all these old maps. This is another old one too. Been trying to double time this for a while, actually. I wonder whose pick this is, though. I'm not too sure. I didn't quite catch it. I think it might be Argentina's. Sounds like it might be.
I'm trying to think which one this is. It's listed as another, so it might be an older one.
Yeah, if it's the ranked one, it's a yeah map.
Yeah, and it
Which
has
is
that.
old.
Yeah, it has that back and forth pattern at the very beginning, if I'm not mistaken. That's literally just calling off a memory of an old map, though. I could be thinking of a completely different yeah map, but I think this is the one that goes back and forth quite a bit.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah. Oh wait, actually, clarification. When I was mentioning the player on the US team, IHD Key, I was thinking, who was that? Because I don't remember reading that out at the start of the tournament. Actually, that's IDK. They've changed his name.
Oh, fun, man. Name changes are totally okay, but I really wish that our players would wait during tournaments for name changes. It makes it a whole lot easier on us.
It'd be handy, wouldn't it?
Very
Well, I
much
mean,
so.
I think you pronounce it the same way. I'm just completely messing it up, but yeah. IHD Key is IDK. IDK. I think I might call him
I don't
IDK
know.
because I think that's how you meant to pronounce it.
I don't know.
It's something like that. I'm sure I'm close.
All right, and here we go. Yep, this is definitely yes. All right, and looking at the very beginning here, it does look like the early accuracy advantage is over to the U.S. Fiery Rage holding a double S till just a moment ago. Curse is real. And
Nice, Jinx.
I don't know, seems to have dropped as well. Glasbomb also finding a miss, but nothing really too crazy here, as this is something that might help with getting used to the low approach rates here, as this was made in 09 or 2010, if I'm not mistaken, and AR8 was the bee's knees back then, so definitely going to see a lot of, oh wow, okay, cursive dancing everywhere at this point.
Those jumps, though, caused a lot of people problems there.
And it really isn't the jumps that cause the problem, it's the differential between AR8, like as you can see, some of the players that are moving really smooth and calm are hitting those jumps a lot better. But when you have the lower approach rate and you're used to reading higher, it makes it hard to judge that timing of how fast you need to get over there. And that's where you see a lot of the mistakes. As most of these jumps are pretty simple in terms of like actual playing skill. I mean, at least compared to what we see nowadays.
It does cause problems when you're trying to snap to these patterns. These
Yeah.
older patterns.
And they just give off that you must snap to feeling, even though like you don't have to. But that wrapping that one up, that is going to be a clean pull for the U.S. on that first warm up. Glasbomb definitely having some problems there. I do believe Inu failed, so definitely not
Like it.
loving the AR8.
Toys loving that AR8 though, with that 5100 FC. That's really impressive. And
Oh yeah.
Benjikala got a 1 miss with that same accuracy as well.
All right, and we're going into our next one here. This is Arfato Vita.
This is the US warm-up, yeah. So the last one was Argentina's. This one is the US.
You'll like this map. Toy, no map. Yeah, sure will. That's good fun banter.
I think Tori will just like a map no matter what it is. He's not really picky. I'll play anything, let's go. Witch's Slave, though. Same artist as Furioso Melodia, a very popular map.
Oh, for sure. And as you can see, Locktab is saying that this sounds like a good tiebreak. We won't know that until we see what this map looks like. I actually have not seen this one, so this should be interesting.
Yeah, same. I'm not really familiar with this one either. I can get an idea listening to it, but yeah, I'm curious to see what this is as well.
You can get an idea listening to it, but unless you know the date it was created, you can't really get an idea for how it's going to look. But it's crazy that you can actually use a date to find out how the map's going to look before you even get into it. Like, if this is something newer, I'm expecting lots of triangle jumps, lots of one-half slider jumps. Those are very common, normal, everyday practice now. And this song definitely sounds like it could bring that very easily.
We'll see how it goes. I imagine this one is going to be a high-level difficulty map. I mean, I'm expecting the US to go hard on its warm-ups. When it's not picking more trolley warm-ups, it's going to be picking some hard stuff. Seeing Catalysis on the Argentina side, and Ritzer come in for the US for this one.
All right, let's see how this goes. Very ominous background. Actually looks pretty cool. I can't tell what it is, though. Is that a city in there?
Looks like it, yeah.
All right, let's see how crazy this map gets.
Oh, well done, IDK. Trying to smoke and then you miss it.
Yeah, a little bit of smoke play. Oh, I think they're actually holding the smoke the entire time as they play. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
You can't smoke anymore there, boys. As this thing is absolutely evil, it looks like. Score V2 is not going to like this. I wouldn't be... Oh, wait a second. The drain on this is almost non-existent. So, okay.
The HP 0. Let's go.
Yeah.
Actually, looking at the style of this map, I think this is a map by Rarucci, who's known for mapping just insane technical maps like this. This is pretty insane.
Fiery Rage just giving a question. What?
Oh, Doomsday.
Yo.
You would be incorrect.
Oh. Oh, I thought I was confident with that. Oh.
Fire Rage is just giving up on life. He's just mouse dancing to the beat.
This was made by someone called 09 Kami.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that guy.
Oh, what? Well,
Insane.
if you could do a very good play on this, it definitely seems to take advantage of the fact that you don't have to really move the cursor too much in certain areas. But the sliders, I don't know how those could be physically done properly without with Score V2 at least. Like, maybe you might be able to get like an A or B without Score V2 if you're lucky, because like you have really big slider leniency. But here, just picking this as a warm up was just like death.
Yeah, I mean, because the sliders are ticklers, it looked like you could combo them, but you'd miss so many slider ends. I mean, we saw Toy actually holding over 300 combo on this, which is insane. But yeah, you're gonna miss a lot of slider ends. Good luck playing those like circle sliders properly, the really insane speed ones.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that lovely super load BPM section to just make that slider ball crawl. that is going to be done with that. And we have a lot of C's, 1B, and unfortunately, I cannot see Fiery Rage's score. I do not. Oh, well, they probably just
You
died.
got like 24K.
22,954.
Yep.
Was that a C as well, or did they go into the D territory?
They went to the failed territory.
Ah,
Yeah, that's definitely a D.
rip.
Definitely an F. Toy's score though, like the next highest score was what, 88K? He over doubled that on his own.
That's ridiculous. The accuracy from Toy's actually really freaking impressive too, almost a 90%.
All right then, getting into the bans now. To see who's going to be banning first. It looks like Argentina won the roll, so the US will ban first.
All right, let's see what they knock out here.
Oh, are they banning Remember History? That's interesting. Has that been banned yet? Oh yeah, it's been banned once. So an uncommon ban, but they are banning out that DT. Argentina have some handy DT players, so that's fair enough.
Yeah, I don't feel the United States is as confident going into like double time picks as they were before, and it might have to do with, you know, their rocky start in the group stage. They might want to be trying to play things safe, which isn't a bad thing at all. Definitely, as long as you're pulling the win at the end, that's the most that matters. But Argentina, they have the advantage on the fact that they don't have to play safe here. They're in it to win it, and they're literally willing to try anything they can, because this is like, what kind of situation do you get to say, oh, well, we took out last year's champions, you know? That's a huge honor, and definitely they're going to give it their all to pull that victory. And, you know, that's bragging rights for at least a year.
Yeah, Argentina have absolutely nothing to lose here. If they take this win, it'll be monumental. And they can do it. They're no stranger to the odd upset here and there. They do ban Poinsettia, so they've banned that low approach rate hidden pick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was kind of... We saw the low approach rate hidden pick in groups kind of see a dislike, a love, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. The hidden game is following meta speeds a whole lot more nowadays. I mean, just the amount of maps that are AR like 9 and in between, even like 8.5 would probably see a better chance of not being banned out as much as a solid 8. But that being said, there are still players that can play that incredibly well, so they can use that as a weapon if need be. It's just, as we've seen with the matchups today and previously, it just really hasn't fell into a place where they can use that as an advantage.
I'd like to point out that when said weapon is available, it has definitely been used.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It has been banned 6 times, and the 2 matches it wasn't banned, it was picked up.
Yeah,
I heard you picked it up. It was Norway and France.
Yeah, and I feel like that's because if you have someone that's practiced and your whole team is okay with putting in that time sink to get that map down, it could be a great advantage to you, because you have to think, is the other team going to actually put that much time into that one specific map, or are they going to be focused on other maps? And I mean, the pool is relatively on the small side, so I feel that you could practice for just about every one, but fine-tuning for specific points in games, you might have to put a little bit more time investment towards the maps you think you could pull away from other teams.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's the case of like knowing that you're probably not going to do that well on the map, and just like maybe play it like once or twice and put your efforts elsewhere.
Yeah, it's all down to what you need to work on, what you don't, because of course there might be other maps in the pool that you time will be better served working on, because you will do better on those if you put the time in. Sometimes you just got to ban it out and just avoid it entirely. And a lot of people have done that, and those that haven't have had to play it. So, first pick is out here, Avalon. Going to be the first map, the more higher approach rate hidden. This one pretty standard for the most part. Some tricky overlapping patterns as you usually see all these hidden picks. Some streams at the end, but for the most part, this one's fairly standard.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, Gauze maps, are something that you can really get behind. There will be a few sections that might catch you off guard, but for the most part, it's a pretty straightforward map. And if your reading ability is good, just stay focused and keep an eye on where the notes are spawning. And the hidden for this shouldn't be too bad. But it is easy to make a mistake, and then making sure that you recover off that mistake as quick as possible is the best course of action you can take.
Here we go. With the first map between the US, the United States, and Argentina. Show the support for your nation in chat. Most of them are going to be seeing chat right now. They can see you. Show them your love. They're going to need it.
Very much so. And remember, you can also pick up banners to show your support all across the entire website. If people go to your page, they will see what team you support, and it's a nice way of showing those team members you really care about their victory, as they are trying their hardest and making all kinds of crazy time jumps and schedules to make these matches and make sure that they can support their country the best and try to go for that gold.
Couple of early breaks at the start here. Payne on the Argentinian side breaking, Ritze on the US side. Everyone else holding strong through this early section. That's rough though. Benjikala now is the only FC left. That jump section caught out a lot of people. 2 FCs to 1 right now, entering the next phase, the more streamy phase pretty soon. So that is a fairly rough start for Argentina in comparison to the US, because at the moment, his accuracy is in favor of the US as well.
Yeah, even though we did see that drop from Ritze, it's not going to be too bad, as we did see multiple drops from Argentina's side, like you said, and there's only about half of the map left, and it's still pretty close at this moment, but this is where the scores will really start to pull away if they can manage to hold combo. Benjikala actually finding himself a miss as well. That's going to just put that lead ever further in the US's favor. And that is not the way you want to start your first match for the Argentina side. On the flip note, though, the US is performing pretty well. Fire Rage did see a miss early on, but that's not going to be that big of a problem, as their combo is already back up into the 700s, and Ritze has brought their combo back up to around the 500 mark as well. It's going to look like this is going to be a clean win, but I'm gonna mess that name up again, but
Go on.
Min Min Woo.
That'll do. That's close enough.
Yeah, dropped there, and that's unfortunate. But their accuracy is still over 99%, even with that drop. Not gonna make too much of a difference, as the US will be able to secure this first victory.
Very strong performance from the US on that first map. Everyone getting a really high score on that, and Mini Min Woo and his accuracy still letting him contribute a lot despite that miss. Well done to them. First point will go to the United States with that IDKFC.
Very much so. And I'm not seeing a full combo from anybody, but definitely IDK and Benjikala both getting that S. Very impressive. We will be moving on to the next one. It looks like it's going to be Nomad. Fire Rage a little bit upset, not knowing exactly where they made that single miss. I would be a little heated too.
It happens. Sometimes you just slip on some random section of the song and you just have no idea why. It happens. But yeah, they're going for Catastrophe, the no mod pick, alternation style map, pretty high BPM, or very high BPM, 284, but it is a alternation style map, the kind of thing with lots of really tricky, fast patterns. You constantly change in direction, and generally you have to alternate each note. You can't single tap them unless you're extremely fast, and that's an interesting strategic point to this map. Argentina have a lot of players that like to single tap these kind of maps. We've seen them play warm-ups of a similar style to this kind of map. And they have sequel tap.
I'm sorry. The US boys are like, IDK buys the name change. Z-Trot still manages to pronounce it wrong. Very true. I don't know what it is now. Like, at least before, IHD, I don't know what that's supposed to sound. And then Ki. Like, that's what I hear. So, I don't know.
It's, you know, it's close enough. I mean, we can work on it. We can figure it out.
IHT Ki. ISIS Ki. That's apparently the correct pronunciation, is what I'm being told.
Yeah. Is it like id key? Yeah. I see that now.
Id
I see that now, actually.
Yeah, id key, like a weird XD.
Yeah, pretty much. Like two separate words. I see now. Okay. I got you. I thought its last name, or well, the last way we pronounced it, IDK, was just like, you know, pronouncing it I don't know.
Yeah,
His name is I don't know what I'm doing. Or something like that, I don't know. Sorry, we got it.
I guess that's okay. I just don't know what the H is completely pointless in my opinion. Sorry, Idki. I love you though. Like I apologize that I cannot pronounce your name, but I tried.
Seeing M-Law coming to the US, getting back to the game. M-Law, handy speed player, handy stream player coming in for his ultimation map. Probably in a single tap this, I imagine. Toshi coming in for the Argentinian side. And Envy as well.
Yeah, and it looks like on Argentina's side we have Toshi, Glazbomb, Inu, and Peen. Or Pain, however you want to pronounce that one. There's going to be a lot of Kappas today, I feel.
you know, it's all part of the charm. Here we go. Second map. Kamisama Nejimaki.
All right, and it looks like everybody's holding pretty consistent here at the moment. Everybody doing good. The accuracy advantage does seem to be slightly in the US's favor at this moment. But we actually haven't seen a drop from anyone yet.
Early on, both teams holding strong. Argentina looking good on it as well. Because they have the accuracy advantage right now. It's swinging back and forth.
Oh, Imlaw is going to actually find a miss there, and that is unfortunate, as that's going to give the score over to Argentina. But if Argentina can capitalize on this, they might be able to pull themselves a point. Ooh, Peen is actually going to drop as well, though, and that is unfortunate. But will it be enough for the score to shift back over?
Accuracy is pretty much neck and neck at the moment. I think it's just going to be sitting as it is now with that just whisker of an advantage, just 20k in Argentina's favor right now, but Thunderbirds are going to swing it pretty majorly.
Very much so. A drop here would be detrimental.
This map, for the most part, doesn't really have any standout, really tricky patterns. It's just really intense all the way through, just about keeping consistent. At the moment, most of the players are doing just that.
Yeah, and the major shifts in movement are back and forth shifts, which are probably one of the easiest types of movement to do okay with. But we will see a drop from Glazbomb and Peen that is actually going to give the score lead back over to the United States. Toy, Fiery Rage, Edkey, and Imlaw all holding incredibly well. Imlaw has definitely brought it back since his drop. This is going to be very easy for all of them to maintain as long as they hold.
That combo advantage right now is massive. That score lead's going to be just firing in the lead of the US right now. Surely, if they hold on for a couple more moments, it's going to be unassailable. Three-way FCs with that accuracy as well. All three of those FCs on the US side holding 99. The one on Argentina's side also doing that. Some of the accuracies here are pretty incredible.
Ooh, and you're actually going to drop their FC there and still keep the 99% accuracy, but that is quite unfortunate. That is just going to put the lead super into US's favor. And we still have the 3 full combos coming from Edkey, Fiery Rage, and Toy. Absolutely amazing how well they're doing on this map. Ooh. As I say that though, Fiery Rage will... Oh, never mind. Good stuff. That is actually going to be a 3-way full combo.
Really impressive stuff from the US team. Every single one of their players holding over 1,000. Just the slider break on Emblor's side. That was it. Pretty amazing stuff from the American team. Got to give props to Enhu for his slider break run with brilliant accuracy as well, but this pick did not work out for them. The US showing their strength on this style of map. Straight away coming out with the next pick. Actually, that was the US pick. That was Argentina's pick. My mistake. Either way, US picking really well. Wisdomiart going to be the next pick. Streamy 200 BPM map in the mod section. Going for that speed. The US definitely have players that can do excellently on this. But Argentina have plenty of speed in their arsenal too, so they can be competitive. Not seeing any swaps yet. I wonder if we're sticking with the same lineup. Doesn't seem like anyone is moving around.
Okay, never mind. Someone else confused me again. So it's Idkey. I'm so done. I'm done, Twitch chat. I'm done. I'm just calling him Key. That's the end.
Yeah. Let's just do that. That works.
It's either Idkey or it's Key.
It looks like Key is staying in for this one.
That's some key information right there.
Oh dear.
Here's my contribution towards the snatch. I'm done.
I am not bullying you, Idkey or Idkey or however you pronounce it. I guess it's Idkey. I love you. I feel so bad.
He's a cool guy, I'm sure. Cool guy with the hard to pronounce name. Oh, we're seeing Happy Stick in the room for the US. Very popular player and streamer coming in for the US team for this speed pick. Very handy with his speed, so no surprise to see him in on this one.
Okay, so someone told me I finally got it. So it's Idkey. Like, so you take the word bid and then key and then you cut the B off and then it's id and then key, which I don't really see that with the H.
Just gotta ignore it.
I love you, man.
Imagine it's not there.
He winked at me on Twitch. Good sport. I apologize, though. Let's get into this next match, though. I love Twitch chat. All right, as we see this going forward, Argentina has an early accuracy, but that could be subject to change in almost an instant. As we, as we see everything going on here. We're not seeing any drops early, and that is looking good for everyone here.
Really good accuracy coming out of that first stream section. Almost everyone on the Argentinian side was holding 99 or close to it, but Enhu getting a break there on the build-up.
Yeah, Enhu dropping there is not going to be good for Argentina, but definitely what the U.S. needed if they are wanting to try to make this a clean sweep. We've yet to have a clean sweep, and U.S., I love you guys, but I kind of want Argentina to get a point on you, just so we can have the first round of 16 ever without sweeps.
Incorrect. 2014 Australia round 16 did not have any sweeps.
Oh, thanks, Mr. 2 years ago, and I forgot. I'm sorry. You have all the stats. You have all the stats. Oh, Imlaw did see a miss there.
And Key, and
wow.
Happy Stick. Oh, what my. Well, there's still plenty of this section to go. Will anyone on the Argentinian side break? We see one break in that section. It's 2 FCs to 1 with 80k of advantage in climbing for Argentina. This could be their point.
Yeah, it's definitely looking that way. Those misses just came out of nowhere there, and like it wasn't just a single drop. It was like a concurrent ball drop from everybody on the U.S. side, except for Axeris. They held pretty strong, and they're continuing to hold strong, which is very impressive. These streams go from being compressed to space so quick that a single miss is very easy.
And they've done it. 250,000 in their favor. They're going to be taking this point 2-1. Argentina avoids that clean sweep.
Oh man, so yeah, apparently now Twitch chat's gonna love this. I guess it's hashtag Ztrot rigged it, but no, I promise you, we actually have no way to contact the players or anything. We're just commenting on the match. If they do stuff, that's what they do. There's literally nothing I can do to stop it.
Oh, I mean, we've only got your word on that.
I didn't kill the team. I promise. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that.
Just how it goes. It's just fate. That's all it is. But fate was deemed Argentina to take a point here. Can they take more? I wonder. Next pick is US's though. Maybe they've gone straight for Nightmare, the old style free mod. Approach rate 8, circle size 5. Deary me.
Anyways, we should be getting into the next match in just a moment.
I'm just going to call it right now. Argentina 5-3 winners. Calling it right now.
You think Argentina's going to pull this 3-5?
Well, I'm just shoot in the wind. Shoot in the wind.
I want to see it go. I want to see it go straight 4-5 tiebreaker. Why not?
Oh, why not? Just pinning that there, so at the end of this, I can just sit here and be like, "Hey, I told you so," or people can just tell me, "Oh, you had no idea what you were talking about."
Dude, it is absolutely frightening how Juan predicted the first two matches, like, clearly. Like, if you go back and listen to the discussion that we had, like, they are actually outlined like that. And at first, it looked like the third match was going to go the way he did, too. And I started to, like, actually question myself, is Juan a time traveler? Does he have technology that we do not know about? Because he called each and every match, and like he's like guaranteed. And the first two played out like that, and I was sold at that point. I'm like, that's almost too much of a coincidence. And then the third one broke his string, and luckily he's not a witch nor a time traveler, so we're all good. Crisis averted. Everything's gonna be good.
He's just good at reading the game for a little bit. He almost had it right there. Should be getting underway in just a moment. See what mods they've picked. I imagine lots of hard rocks to come out from both sides. I know these two are quite partial to hard rock. So I wonder if we'll see some hiddens as well. Hidden is quite risky unless you have some really special or specialist hidden players on your team. But I feel like hard rock's going to be the order of the day here. Well, it's almost there. We do see two hard rocks, but we do see one hidden coming out of toy. The US hoping that their ability on the more unique style of map can push their lead here. We'll see if it works out for them.
Yeah, as we get into the very beginning of this, the first quarter of the map is pretty tame. Not too many places for misses here, but it will pick up as we get further in, and that's where we're going to see a lot of the potential misses. Peen will find an early miss, which is unfortunate for Argentina, but definitely this is probably the place you want to make the mistake if you're going to make one. Ooh, Glazbomb and Ritze also finding drops, so that's very unfortunate.
There goes Benchicala though. We're only seeing one full combo on the side of Argentina, the hard rock player, with a 3 on the side of the US. Looking really strong for the US so far, but we haven't hit the hard section at the end yet. That's where teams might get split up. But there are no more FCs on the Argentinian side. They don't have the horsepower to catch up against those combos. Is it even going to matter? I don't know.
Ooh, this one does not look to be close at all as the U.S. continues to just pull away. Unless we see a crazy fail towards the end, I don't foresee the U.S. losing this one.
Yep, they bank this one really handily. We see a fail at the end from a catalysis, but it wouldn't have mattered either way. It may even been on purpose, knowing that they were so far behind. Really strong pick for the US on this one. The Fiery Rage FC carrying his team to victory. Everyone else in this team having a decent run.
Yeah, Fiery Rage did incredibly well there. One could say that they were quite on fire.
Yeah.
I'm going to get hit for that one. All right, so that is going to bring us 3-1 in favor of the U.S. Things are getting really close here. I do believe that Argentina still has a chance in this. They just need to, pick their maps a little bit more. Maybe use what they saw in group stage for the U.S. But then again, they might have just had some nervous jitters, and if they've shooken it off and actually arisen to their full potential, it's not looking good for Argentina.
Looks like they're going for the double time to try and bring this one back. Streamy map. They're going into a US team that have plenty of cover on this kind of thing, but Argentina have a lot of double time potential in their team.
Yes, and as I've been corrected by Twitch chat and Deadbeat, this is the second round of 16 not to see a full sweep ever.
So it's always good. It's always good when you have no whitewashes.
I didn't say second, I said we've had another one.
Okay.
I imagine I could probably find another one.
If you could data mine all the way back to 2010 and just prove me wrong in every other year, go for it. Like, I don't know what else to say. Oh, so he's actually gonna go do it. Thanks, Dad. Oh God. All right, let's go.
Okay, that's weird.
What's
So the
wrong?
2013 Oz World Cup had 3 sweeps. 2014 had no sweeps. 2015 had 3 sweeps. This year has no sweeps.
Aha!
Predictions for next year?
The 3 sweeps?
Ding ding. I didn't even realize that. That's actually kind of cool.
There's gonna be no sweeps ever. Not a single one.
Like
That's
last year
really-
was like the last sweep we'll ever have for the round of 16. Just every other year is just nothing but like 5-1s to 5-4s.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. That being said, guys, we're going to get into our 5th match of this, the U.S. versus Argentina. Hopefully, we can see a comeback here, but now that the U.S. is okay, it seems they've gotten a second win, definitely. We're seeing a whole different U.S. from the group stage. They're definitely playing a whole lot more to win at this point. We're not seeing as many fluke misses. I do believe that the difficulty spike from group stage to round of 16 might actually have helped the U.S. more than before. With the group stage being a little bit on the easier side, a lot of the U.S. players are in the high-end maps. So as the difficulty progresses, they will probably perform better and better.
100%. As maps get harder, the higher-end players are really going to shine. Early on, it's a bit of a wild card, but the US really showing up now.
And that's the really crazy part about it, is like, it's scary because group stage is so much of a wild card. Ooh, Benjikala is actually going to find a miss there. Not going to be good for Argentina, but there's still a little bit of map. Well, there's plenty of map left as we're only in the quarter part. So they can bring this back if the US finds misses.
Payne broken as well. It's 2 FCs to 4. Everyone on the US side still going strong.
Going super ham.
Accuracy is looking super good on the United States side. Happy Stick rocking a 99.4 almost. Emlaw and Fire Rage almost holding 99 themselves. Really impressive stuff right now from them. And there is only 1 FC on the end of Argentina, but it's a 99.6. That is such a good accuracy, but his teammates cannot keep up.
Yeah, and the wall of consistency that the United States is starting to put out here with all their combos hitting into the 700 mark, still full combos at this mark. Payne finding that miss during the spinner, not exactly happy with it there. And, you know, it's just kind of the way it goes sometimes. And they're definitely going to give it their all. No one's giving up here. Everybody's still playing because we've seen what giving up does you. It doesn't do much of anything, but playing all the way through and seeing a crazy choke at the end is something that can happen, and victories have been won that way.
I don't think any of the players playing in this tournament would just give up when they know there's a chance. I do feel like this one is one-sided though. Look at that score difference right now.
Oh, very much so. They've definitely got a strength in there, but that is something I'd like to point out. We have had very, very, very few just outright leads in this game. Everyone's really good sports for the most part. And that being said, like, the amount of pressure that goes on you when playing this is absolutely crazy. We will see US take another point, bringing this 4-1 in favor of the United States. Potential match point will be played next. And hopefully Argentina will be able to prolong that a little bit and manage to give them a little bit more of a run for their money.
Fiery Rage, though, letting the team down, missing a slider end to not get that 4 perfect score. But still, 4-way FC for US, incredibly impressive with those accuracies as well. And also Toshi for the Argentinian side, holding the best score in the game for this map.
I'm just so happy that this got 100% progressed.
Super popular. I mean, I know this map is one that a lot of these players have played before. It was really popular some years back. And yeah, everyone's picking it. Like, everyone.
All right, so we'll be getting into our potential final match. And so Yuri just messaged me on Discord and hello, and I hope you're enjoying the show. And that's the only shout out I'm doing ever. So we're done. No more. Okay. Back to maps.
There you go. Ztrot has spoken. And yeah, that last map, 100% pick rate. Wow. This one, though, on the other hand, is on the other end. Haven't seen this too often, but yeah, I've seen it. But it's definitely one of the niche picks. Ymir, circle size 6, very small circles on this one. Hard rock pick. I mean, you know, the least they could have done is pick the other hard rock. Because at the moment, the other hard rock, the Supercell hard rock, has not been picked once. No love.
If that gets picked, I will be so happy.
I might still see it, yeah.
There's a potential.
And that's all I need. I just want it played once.
Ooh. I wish I had the ability to do that. That would be crazy. Just for entertainment purposes, like seeing a potential match point go all the way to a tiebreaker is nuts, Twitch chat. I know you've been here for that. The energy that goes into those is absolutely crazy. And then all of us commentators near the end of the tiebreaker, we've pretty much lost all recognizable speech and we're just screaming like, ooh, 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 because it's pretty much all you can really do. Especially when it's down to the wire. It's just basically, oh. But anyways, let's get into Ymir here and see how well Argentina can fare on this hard rock pick.
Seeing Catalysis, Glasbomb, Benchikala, Enhu for this. Idkey is coming in for the US, coming back in for this pick. Fairly short one this. Early breaks are going to cost them a lot. First break goes to Glasbomb on the Argentinian side. Harder sections to come up though. US can definitely drop on some of these sections. This is a tricky one to hold accuracy on. We've seen very low average accuracies on this.
Very low indeed. I'm actually surprised it's probably holding around a 92 or 98%. Because I mean, I'm normally more used to seeing people like hovering like really low 90s, or maybe like high 80s.
Yeah, it's brutal. This one, it's just brutal.
Yeah, I mean, Glasbomb is a pretty good example of how brutal it can be. Actually, he is really struggling with this one.
That Enhu break earlier on, leaving 2 FCs to the perfect 4 FCs. On the US side, once again, they're proving unassailable. Not giving Argentina an inch on this map. Look at Toy's accuracy, is rocking 98.6 on this. That's so much higher than pretty much everything else we've seen on this map so far.
But how?
It's Toy, just don't question it. It's just Toy.
He's just playing with us, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
I have my 5 minutes here. I intend to abuse it.
Oh, we lost his 98%. Oh.
I will still be really impressed if the United States can at least get a full combo on this.
And they did. Fiery Rage drops just below the S accuracy threshold, but it is going to be a 4-way FC from the US to seal this win. Their second 4-way FC of the tournament. Well, 4 FC of this match, rather, I believe. And yeah, the US really coming back after a shaky group stage, taking a very impressive win over Argentina. The Argentinian team couldn't build an upset here, and they will be dropping down to the losers bracket, but they are not out yet. They will be playing in the losers bracket next week against Finland, I believe.
I'm not 100% sure, actually, sorry.
That's fine. They'll be playing next week, though, anyway. They are not out. The US will be moving on to the quarterfinals of the winners bracket. Well done to them.
That's the thing I like about the round of 16. Like, there's still pressure to win, but if you lose, it's not the end. You've still got next week. You've still got the lower bracket.
Yeah,
You've still
this
got
week
that
has
nice
been...
safety net that so many teams so desperately need.
Yeah, this one's been a low-risk week, of course, because all these teams will be here next week, but naturally, if you want to push to the win, if you're in the losers bracket, it's a much harder time. But at least every single one of these teams get another chance. But there we go. That is the last match of the round of 16 for this time. We're going to be doing a quick recap of today's events in just a moment.
Just, yeah, a moment of the end.
It's alright. We got it covered. We'll get that sorted. Of course, after the recap, we will be showing off the maps for the next round. The map pool showcase will be coming up just after this.
Oh, fun. Map pool. I can't wait to get all these names wrong. Actually, I'll be able to do quite a few of them. There's a couple that are just like, what? But I'm going to give it my best shot.
Well, next week, I had a few issues pronouncing some of them. So, I mean, you know, better than me trying, let's be honest.
It's okay, Dooms. Nobody expects you to pronounce it perfect. They all expect me to and then make fun of me for not. Love you guys, though.
I got us. Well, while I quickly get a few things sorted on my end. Match of the weekend.
Personal favorite match of the weekend? I would have to say
Norway, Taiwan has to be.
I would agree there, actually.
I did not get to see the Norway-Taiwan match, which makes me sad, but I did see China versus Australia, and that was pretty interesting. First match of the day to watch. And I also saw the Italy versus South Korea, which kind of went about how I thought it would. Didn't think it'd go as exactly as how Juan predicted, but it did. I also caught the United Kingdom versus France match. I was excited to see it at first, and then I was kind of pumped for France, and then I remembered that, oh man, Doom's lost, and I felt kind of bad for being pumped for France, but they did really well. And then we did see the Finland versus Brazil, which was pretty awesome, and Canada versus Germany, and then Argentina versus United States. So all of them were pretty interesting for the most part. We did not see a clean sweep at all. So there were no 0-5 victories, which is a great thing to see. It's good to see teams being able to draw points off other teams and not just seeing this polarizing scoreboard where it's just like these guys won and these guys lost. At least now it looks like these guys really tried to win, but they couldn't do good enough. And that's okay.
We've got a few stats now. So the first one we've got up is, there's nothing overly fancy, but it was actually pretty impressive. Because earlier on in the last round of 16 recap we did, we were talking quite a bit about Kokoro no Sumi and how my aim such actually had a very impressive 99.83. Well, Musty kind of got a 99.91.
Musty, man, just the 1/100. It's just ridiculous accuracy on that, man.
That was just insane. How?
It's just France stepping up the game because, of course, a bit like the US, France had a bit of a rocky group stage, and they really showed up today. I believe on that run of Kokoro and Asumi, they had a 4-way FC on that as well. It's pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, the improvement from teams from group stage to the round of 16 was impressive in its own right.
Yeah, while we're also talking about like impressive players, we've got to give props to Malsese.
Oh, for sure.
There's no way we can't mention him. Like, he played, I think it was 5 maps, and the lowest accuracy he got was 99.04 on Extreme Fantasy.
Is that really his lowest accuracy?
That was his lowest accuracy. He was destroying the circles. He wasn't clicking them to the beat, he was destroying them to the beat.
That's crazy consistent accuracy. I know Mouse Easy, he's always been a good player, but getting over 99% on average and you're playing that many maps is ridiculous. Wow. No wonder Brazil did so well earlier on. So I really rate Finland, and Brazil really knocked it out of the park today.
I mean, it wasn't just Mouse Easy, but I mean, like, yeah, his performance was just amazing.
Yeah, and like we've been saying earlier, last year for the 2015 OWC, we saw 3 sweeps. China 5-0'd Finland, Australia 5-0'd Malaysia, and Poland 5-0'd Norway. But this year, it was a completely different story. Things were completely changed. Everything kind of got turned up on its head, and there were no matches ending with the sweep at all.
I'll be back in half a second.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, Brazil really showing it up for the non-top tier teams, because of course a lot of the teams through at this point in the winners bracket anyway are the top seed teams, the real big powerhouses. But as we were saying, just Brazil making it happen, really trying to push on. I recall actually France got through and they placed second as well. Granted, they were top seed, they did come second in their group. But yeah, Brazil have always been a good team. They've always made good progress, but if they keep playing like they did today, they could push it even further than that.
Very much so. Brazil's always been a speed demon in my eyes, but their accuracy has been improving, and I've always said if they can get their accuracy as good as their speed handling, they'll be unstoppable. Like, seriously, top 3, look out, because if Brazil can get their accuracy down, they're taking it.
It will definitely be interesting to see how some of these teams play in the later stages. I'm really looking forward to it.
That Brazil versus US match, actually, they've been drawn together now. That actually turns out to be a real interesting match because they played so well today.
Yeah, but the
All right.
We need to just have a moment of silence for Supercell, who didn't get played at all this week. The only map to not get played.
Yes, everyone bow your heads in a moment of remembrance silence for the Supercell map. It was glorious. It needed to get played, but it was shown no love. And Twitch chat, if you will show it some love, everybody who has OS installed should definitely go and play that Supercell map and just give it a little bit of love, because it did not see any type of love here today.
Yeah, so even worse than that, it got one singular ban from someone. Just the one. That's it.
well, I mean, at least it got some love in, even if it was like unlove.
It was tough love, yeah.
No, it didn't get love, it got hate. And hate is in form of love, so it's okay.
It was a respect ban. I respect the fact that I don't want to play you.
All right.
One thing that really surprised me about the no mod pool, I just want to mention, is like normally you see the no mod pool get so many more picks than everything else, but I think we've seen more mods today than no mod, which is
for sure.
strange.
Looks at Avalon.
We saw a lot of free mod love here as well. Like 10 picks being solely to free mod. The one getting the most was Nightmare. And obviously Skystar's map, Kanochi Demoko Gasashitai, I guess. That received 3 picks, and Sola just got a singular 2 picks.
Actually, I can get a few more stats on that actually. So if we want to look at the actual mods that we used, for Nightmare we saw 5 hiddens, 13 hard rock, and 6 hidden hard rock. Kunoichi got 8 hidden, 3 hard rock, 1 hidden hard rock, and Solar got 2 hidden, 5 hard rock, and 5 hidden hard rock.
A bit more balanced than the For My Soul pick in the group stage, which got no hidden love. A bit more from Nightmare this time.
That's actually really impressive, the fact that Solar got that many mod plays and only 2 picks.
Yeah, you heard me right, Twitch. I said singular 2. Is it possible to get the Oz World Cup font somewhere? I am not 100% sure, actually. That being said, let's go ahead and look a little bit more at our picks here. We saw quite a few of the Hard Rocks played as well, along with Double Time. Mods really did get a lot of love today, though. It seems like we didn't see too many of the no mod pool getting played very heavily. The highest was 5, and that came from Kamisama Nijimaki, and that was a 62.50% pick rate.
Just localized in that nomad pool. A lot of them just not getting played that much at all, which did surprise me.
I think we're actually